Welcome, our freaks and geeks, to another podcast, the Square on Table podcast. And tonight we're going to be talking about the perfect superhero casting. Has Marvel and DC really put the best casting out there? We're gonna let you know. We're gonna give you some standouts, some that we think are really cast, and also maybe some that aren't really perfect casting. But Marcus, what do you think are some of the perfect castings that you could think of?
I always say when we start these off, got to give like a little mini disclaimer of how we got the idea. So basically, we always see just amongst us as the nerd community and just as brothers in the nerd community, we always talking about who we thought could have been casted or it should have been this person or oh no, that was the perfect. That's what the perfect casting thing because it's like oh no, they was perfect.
Yeah.
So we always had a debate, and then of course we come across everyday videos of people like, "Oh, so who do you think was the perfect casting?" And blah. So just amongst us having those conversations outside of the podcast world and universe, we was like, let's bring it to our viewers and let them know what we think, and then they could bounce back, give us their feedback of what they think. That's where we came up with the idea, and when just to get an idea, when you think of perfect casting, it's almost like you see nobody else that could play that role. That's who you
Hmm.
see when they was announced. It was like, yes. Like for me, I always give an example for me is like with Robert Pattinson as Batman, right? It's not a
Yeah.
perfect casting. It's a good
Oh.
casting, but it's not perfect because a lot of people doubted him. Some people was on the fence, and it worked because he played a vampire, so he got the whole like grunge, dark, hidden, secluded, and like real covered and all that. It worked, but it wasn't a perfect cast. And if we're gonna be honest, I don't really think we ever had a perfect casting when it comes to Batman because it's been so many times that it's been cast,
Yeah.
and everyone has brought something different to the table. However, I remember I was asking you when it comes to Superman, there was a perfect casting because
Uh,
he's literally been the blueprint for all actors to come after him who play Superman, and that's of course the late great Christopher Reeve. And it's to the point now where even you get callbacks to him in the newest movies, like as far as like the theme song or to the point of the look or the way the cadence of how they talk and the movements they make. So it's it's that's what you would think of as a perfect casting because it's okay. It was so like influential and like monumental for a point where it just stuck with you for years. And we talk about a movie that was made almost 50 years ago, and it still stands the test of time as like casting wise. And like everybody, when you ask people who is your Superman, it's always Christopher Reeve. So
yeah.
just I know that was a long drawn out intro, but just to give an idea of what in my eyes I think when I think of perfect casting. So it's been a lot, and as far as superhero, because this is just like superhero. We're not talking about like The Godfather or
No.
Fight Club. Like it's not. We ain't talking about Oscar-worthy movies or nothing. It's just like superhero movies because it could even be a superhero movie that was bad or that wasn't critically acclaimed. Like for me, a perfect casting movie, but it wasn't like it didn't take off. Two of them was Kick Ass and The Losers.
Hmm.
Those were
Yeah.
two perfect cast movies, but they just wasn't as popular as a MCU. So that's what I'm saying. It comes in different ways. Like it could be a bad movie, perfect cast. It could be a non-critically acclaimed or box office hit, perfect casting. So that's what
Oh,
I see, think of when oh, you put your finger up. When he do that
I
drop,
got a,
he done got a thought. I
I
gotta
got,
stop talking now. I gotta let
I
him
got, I
talk.
got a question. Okay, let me
Yeah.
ask you a question. If we are to get, let's say Christopher Reeve, like he's the perfect cast for you. Do you think that kind of ruins, or not ruins, but makes it hard for someone else to really fit those shoes? And when it comes to casting, or are we looking at people that are closer to that perfect cast that we had, like Christopher Reeve? So like,
I think it's a little bit of both almost because it's like
okay,
it's a situation where it is, well, you're gonna always have to fill his shoes. However, it is like, can you fill the shoes and make it your own and take it above and beyond what he did? You see what I'm saying? So
So
it's like
it's go ahead.
okay, let's just take the newest Superman that just came out.
Okay.
It's damn near just about a perfect casting because when it was announced, everybody was like, "Oh wow, yes." We didn't think about it, but yes, that's a great casting choice. And that David really nailed it, like
Mhm.
to the point where it's like, okay, he definitely took inspiration from Christopher Reeve, but he also took inspiration from Henry Cavill, some of the TV show Superman, and made it his own thing. To what you were saying is, I think it does make it more difficult because the shoes that you have to fill, and that's what comes with a role like that, where it's been multiple movies, like Spider. Another example is like Spider Man, the X Men, stuff like that that has
Yeah.
already been done. Where to is if you got something like, I'll even go with Batman in the Batman universe with the Joker.
Yeah.
So a lot of people say they go Heath Ledger when we talk about the Joker, right?
Yeah.
But you can say that a lot of people might Jared Leto's Joker, right?
Yeah.
Whoever those poor souls are.
I knew it was coming.
And then you got the Joaquin Phoenix. And
Mhm.
then, of course, the one who I say is the GOAT, Jack Nicholson. So you got those four different ones. A lot of people will say Heath Ledger was the perfect casting for the Joker because he brought this cynical, very strategic version of the Joker that was real groundbreaking, and he did so many things. However, I think the reason why it's so iconic is because of the director who made the film. Because Christopher Nolan can elevate an actor to this with what the way he writes stuff. Because even with Christian Bale, that's the dude from American Psycho. It is okay now he's Batman. So it's these people you would never think, and I guess you can say it's perfect casting. However, I'll ask you this: if you think of the Joker, because this is what I go by with superhero movies. Even though we say nothing is ever going to be comic book accurate, we still want the closest thing to the comics because especially if we're readers of the comics, and that's what we go to the movies to see, right?
Yeah.
So I'll just name three off the top of my head. When you think of Deadpool, who do you when you think of when you think of Deadpool, who comes to mind?
Literally, Ryan Reynolds. It's done.
Wolverine,
Hugh Jackman,
Hugh Jackman, Blade.
Wesley Snipes.
Okay, so look, those three, and it's yet to come that is other people to play those roles, but still, it's like in your head you can't see anybody else playing that role because it's okay. They were perfect. That's where it comes. They were like when we thought of a Deadpool movie being made, I think everybody was already saying, "Oh, Ryan Reynolds got to play Deadpool because he would be perfect for that role."
Yeah.
Hugh Jackman became a perfect casting, but that
Yeah.
was at a time when we didn't really, it wasn't social media, so everybody didn't know him anyway. And they
Yeah.
can even fumble the bag on perfect castings, like with Storm. Storm is a perfect casting, but they fumbled the bag. So going back around to what I was saying about the Joker. When you think of the Joker, honestly, who comes to mind?
I'd say Jack Nicholson first, obviously, because he's more his way that he portrayed that character was more closer to me to the Joker than
Mhm.
Heath. Heath was good. Like I say, I'm a big fan of the Nolan films for sure. So Heath is good,
Definitely.
but Nicholson, he pretty much made that character.
It
There's
felt like
not too
he
many people that
fell
can
right off
touch
the
it.
comic book. Yeah, he fell right off the comic book pages onto the screen. That's what it felt like.
Yeah, they even had his origin in that Batman. Like he went all the way through it. In Nolan's, we don't really get a too big of an origin story from the Joker. We get a lot of subtext and stuff like that, but we don't really
Mm.
see it. And that's just because Nolan was making a grounded
Grounded
hero,
universe.
yeah, grounded universe. So you can't really knock a dude in the vat of chemicals on a grounded universe because you know,
He gon'
that's
he
not
gon' clock out. Yeah.
exactly like it's crazy that they were able to, in which I will say, Harvey Dent Toothpaste from the Nolan is probably like one of the best castings we've got. Perfect castings, like
Definitely. Definitely.
perfect. And
Definitely.
they were able to pull off that burn thing in a Nolan verse, which is crazy. But
Yeah.
I'm going on a rant right now because I love
That practical he used for it, and even with the little bit of CGI, when I seen how much practical it was, I was like, oh wow.
like perfect casting. But also, I don't know where you were going. I cut you off. Or no, you asked me a question. Sorry, I got
No,
lost.
I was like, the floor was yours, man.
uh,
I turned it over to you.
all right, fair. I didn't want to make sure I want you finished your thought, but I think a perfect casting. You took one of mine already. We took all Ryan Reynolds. I was going to say the perfect casting, but some other ones that I think are like Charlie Cox as Daredevil. Perfect. That is perfect.
Yeah. Yeah.
Charlie Cox as
That's
Daredevil
perfect.
is perfect. Like you couldn't get a better person. I say Ron Perlman. I can't say the last
Oh,
name.
Perlman.
A
Ron
Hellboy.
Perlman.
Hellboy.
Oh boy. Yeah.
Hellboy. Perfect casting. That's
Yeah.
perfect.
Yeah.
Wesley Snipes. Perfect casting. Margot Robbie.
Margot
Mar-
Robbie as Harley
yeah.
Quinn.
Thank you. I didn't want to pronounce her name as Harley Quinn. J.K. Simmons as J.J. Jonah.
That's damn near perfect.
JJJ. I'll just say Triple J because his name is tongue twisting
J. Jonah
sometimes.
Jameson.
Thank
It's
you.
definitely a tongue twister.
It'd be killing me. And I'll even say Patrick Stewart as Professor X.
Mm.
How do you
I
feel
can give you
about
even
what's the
better.
name with Magneto? How do you feel about what's the name with Magneto? That was my question, my follow up question to that. Do you think that's a perfect casting, or do you think that? Or I'll ask
Ian
you like this.
Ian was a good caster, but
Mhm.
perfect for me was Michael, bruh. Michael
Okay.
Fassbender as
Okay.
Magneto was freaking perfect. Was perfect
I
because
agree.
he embodied Magneto all the way to the emotional part, the tapping into that whole like by any means kind of
Mm,
ideology, and it was like he did it so good because he could snap and then come back down, and I was like, bro, we on to something right here. So Ian is the GOAT because he
yeah,
kind of brought
definitely.
like what the whole idea of Magneto. He played it off very well, and then just his relationship with Patrick Stewart was perfect. But damn, if Michael
Agreed.
Fassbender didn't take Magneto to another level, like that scene, was it Days of Future Past when he
Is
was
the
in the
one where
bar?
yeah,
He's like,
wait.
you know,
It might have been.
no, that
Is
was
it? Was it?
Origins, wasn't it?
No, I don't think it was
No,
or
no, not Origins.
first
First
class.
Class. First
Yeah.
Class.
Okay.
I'm getting the mute. Yeah, it was First Class when he was in the little bar and he had found those dudes was like in the Nazis and all that stuff. And he sipped the beer, then he took the knife, was like, then he was talking to him, then he took it and threw it in the other dude, then he got it back and said, then he said whatever he said. I was like, yo, that's the side of Magneto that we didn't get to see, but we knew was there because of what Ian brought to the table. We knew that
Yeah.
Magneto had lived, that he was there because of Ian, but Michael Fassbender, damn, but he skyrocketed that
He
bad boy.
he did great. Like they both
Another
did great.
perfect
Like go ahead.
Another perfect too, of course, we can't forget Robert Downey Jr. as Iron Man.
I was just about to ask you about that. I was literally about to ask you how you felt
Yeah,
about that because I don't know if did would you say that he like was perfect casting on off rip or did he grow into being the perfect cast? You know what I mean?
I think he grew into it
That's what I feel
when we saw
too.
after we saw the very first Iron Man. I was like, you know what, it works because honestly, it was almost one of those times where he's at the end of the road. Like he ain't. It is what it is. He either nail it or he doesn't. But
Yeah.
like you said, I think he grew into it, and after a while, it was like, oh yeah, that definitely was perfect casting. And like I
And I
said, that's what I said. Like Heath Ledger is the same way. He grew into that perfect casting because we did not. Nobody thought he was gonna be good as Joker. You can't pay me to say somebody did off rip because
no
he
one did.
wasn't known for that. He wasn't known for
Yeah.
those type of roles. Him to do it is oh man. So I think that's a good way to put it. He grew into that perfect cast.
Okay. You go into
Yeah,
the perfect casting. And
yeah.
I think
No,
with Heath, like he didn't really have like Joker looked at people would look or just look at him and be like, okay, slim build or whatever, like
Mhm.
Joker. He was out of the ordinary for that. I think Chris Evans perfect good for
Oh yeah,
Cap. Yeah. He I'd say he was, in my opinion, perfect cast because I remember seeing the first Captain America movie and was like, okay, I believe that.
yeah,
I can.
yeah.
And then also I think Anthony Mackie as Falcon, great cast or
Oh,
perfect
definitely,
cast.
definitely.
Have to put respect on Anthony Mackie. And then also Chadwick, Black Panther, perfect cast.
I remember when they announced that, and I was so hype about it, bro. I think I want to say I posted it on Instagram. I posted it on something, but I was so hyped, bro, because I was like, yes, if anybody, it gotta be it because I couldn't think of nobody else at that time who could have played him. But it's now we got all these people now who we say can play him. But back then I was like, yeah, that definitely
There
worked.
wasn't too many people that could do it. Let me ask you
Yeah.
a follow up. Which of the spider people do you think is closer to a perfect cast out of what we got? So let's say Garfield, McGuire, and then Holland. Which one are you thinking is closer to the perfect cast?
I honestly
That'd
can
be a
say
hard one.
none of them really was like a perfect cast. They were
Yeah,
good casting
I feel
because
that.
they all bring something different to the character of Peter and Spider Man. Because it's
Hmm.
like Andrew, good Spider Man, but was too cool to be Peter. Because we always say that. I mean, you always talk about that. Toby was a decent Peter, pretty good, but he was like a just mean Spider Man. Like even when he was nice, like he was so serious in like fights. Like he didn't really talk a lot of junk. He was always getting straight to the point. So but
Hmm.
probably to me one of the strongest Spider Man out of the three.
That's
Then
fair. Yeah,
Tom was crippled by the whole Tony Stark thing.
yeah.
However, he really brought that version of Peter in the new era, like this new era of what a nerd looks like. He
Mm,
nailed that, and then he definitely nailed the. So he took what both of them brought and like blended it together and made his own thing. So that's why I say all of them were good castings because they each brought something different to the table for the character. And
I
so
agree.
I don't think it was any perfect casting for Spider Man. They were all like good. It was like they hit on some stuff and then some stuff he was like, but
So
I will say this: I'm glad
yeah.
we got who we got because when I heard at first I was thinking about like Leonardo DiCaprio and all these other guys, I was like, oof,
No, we
I don't
dodged a bullet. We
know.
dodged a bullet with Leo. No disrespect to Leo, but he just
uh,
doesn't have the Spidey look. You said earlier that you didn't think there was a perfect like Batman casting, so you don't think Keaton's perfect or anything like that. You don't think he? Do you think he became perfect because he had a later appearance in like the Flash movie?
yeah, I
And do
will.
you
You know
think that his
what?
part?
I do. He's almost the same though as Heath Ledger though, because
Okay,
even in the '80s, everybody's you cast Beetlejuice and Mr. Mom to play Batman. So that's why I said that because I was like I would have to be fair because he was in the
yeah,
same thing as Heath. Now did he grow into it to be perfect? Yes, because the fact that he came back at 70 and still was killing it, and it looked like he picked up right where he left off. That says everything.
yeah. Oh, perfect casting. Since we're talking about DC heroes, and I just brought up Flash, Grant Gustin as Flash. Perfect cast. That is
Definitely,
perfect. You
definitely,
can't get nobody else. They need to
definitely.
bring him in the new DC universe because I can't see
He
anybody
fits it.
else.
He fits it perfect. I even throw you another one. It is just a perfect casting. Freaking John Cena as Peacemaker, bro.
Oh yeah, yeah, man.
Oh man,
We
what he brings,
man,
even with the emotional stuff, he did really
he did
good.
great. Yeah,
He did really good.
he definitely elevated himself because we think of John Cena as like more of a buddy comedy type like
Mm,
era, and him being in Suicide Squad, he changed that perspective in my mind because I don't really watch a lot of
yeah,
John Cena at the time. And then I watched you told me to watch the first season, and I was like, this man killing it.
man, good.
And like I said, I don't mind him coming back and showing up in different. I like Peacemaker. Keep giving him. Honestly, give the whole cast of what's the name
Yeah,
spots, but
everybody
another
was good.
podcast.
I love Vigilante, yeah, but wait, he'll bring that'll be coming soon because we just finished that season finale.
Vigilante is I'm gonna say perfect cast. I don't know too much about him, but I can't
Perfect.
see nobody
Crazy
else.
part is, bro, he was like on Game of Thrones or something like he been active for a minute. I didn't even
Oh,
know that.
really? Yeah, I didn't either.
Yeah. So kudos to him because he brought it on that role.
Yeah, man, he did such a great job. Is there anybody else that you can think of that are perfect cast? Because honestly, I'm drawing blanks at this point in time. Trying to think of some more people. Because I have another question. I have my other half of the question to ask next, but I want to give you
Yeah.
time to fill all your perfect cast in now.
Any more perfect castings? Let's see.
Mm,
Superhero?
yeah, or like a superhero in
Ooh.
general. Yeah.
Ooh. Damn, I just drew a blank. I had it, but it's gone now. Never
All right.
mind, it's gone.
Winter Soldier. That's a good one. He did good.
It is a
Yeah.
good one.
And
It was a good
he had the look too. You know what I mean? Like he has the
Yeah.
actual look too. So it's great. I'm trying to think. Do you think Sentry was perfect cast based on what you know of the look of Sentry? Not since since Thunderbolts.
Yeah. I like Century. I don't know if it's perfect because I don't know too much about it, but would you say
Oh, yeah.
I
Go
got
ahead.
one for you? Would you say, even though I don't watch the show like that, would you say Homelander was perfect casting from the boys,
I like the only reason
or
I
the
don't
other
say is
one, or the soldier?
I think Homelander does fit it because I know in the comics he's a little bit more buffed out, but other than
Yeah,
that, he does fit it. I don't know if it's perfect cast though. I wouldn't. I don't know
yeah.
enough to know perfect cast, but honestly, I don't know much of the
Okay,
boys
I
universe
just had
too
to
much.
ask because I know
Yeah,
you've watched it though.
I watched a few, at least 2 or 3 seasons, and then I fell off because
Yeah,
I don't know. There's just something about the boys that you just got to be in. I don't like Marvel and DC feel to like
yeah.
really appreciate that.
'Cause I tried twice, and
If
I
you
think I
like
might try one more
superheroes,
time.
one more time, I might try one more time because they had that sequel series I was curious about, Gen
Yeah, me
5,
too. That's what I said. I was like, I'm like
right? I think Black Widow is perfect cast for sure. Yeah,
Scarlett Johansson.
Scarlett Johansson.
Yeah,
Yeah, I don't know about
yeah,
Yelena. I don't know her too well like that, but I do
yeah.
think.
I definitely agree with that.
I think honestly anybody could be U.S. agent, but I think the person we got is actually good.
He's I don't know what it is, but like he's not supposed to be a funny character, but he is.
Yeah, like they just be punching down on my man, dude. Like
Well,
every time they could fit a joke in, they do. But I think we've gotten all the perfect casting until like
can
we start just. Hmm?
can you think of any bad superhero movies that have
You do-
perfect casting?
Oh, bad superhero movies that have. Mm, I'm gonna say, look, listen. I'm gonna say it, and then I think I think it's fine. I'm gonna say Nicolas Cage being Ghost Rider. I think works. Even though
Yeah.
the second movie was not great,
Yeah.
it was hard to get through. I like Ghost Rider a lot, and I like Nicolas Cage,
Yeah.
so I tried, but, like, legitimately, he fits it well. Daredevil, he has that
Ben
Daredevil look
Affleck.
of him. No, I
Oh,
said
you talking about
Nicolas Cage.
okay in the movie? Yeah.
Yeah, he has that Daredevil look to him, like, he's National Treasure guy, of course, he's got the Daredevil look. And then,
I got two for you.
okay.
Oh man, what's his name? Thomas Payne. I forget his name, but the Punisher movie with John
Oh,
Travolta.
yeah.
That was a good casting, but it wasted and the movie was bad. It wasn't too
So,
good.
wait, are you saying The Punisher and that was casted
Yeah, the
good?
Punisher was a good
Okay.
casting.
Yeah,
Um,
I can agree. He had the look and everything. Like,
yeah.
he had it.
Who else? I got two more actually. Of course, Ben Affleck, Batman.
Oh, you
That
think
that
Ben Affleck's perfect casting?
I wouldn't say perfect. I'd just say it was good. So I won't use that one. I'll give you a perfect casting though. That was
Okay.
wasted. It was Icarus in the Eternals.
Ooh, yeah, yeah, yeah,
And I
heck
know
yeah.
you can agree with me because we like Icarus. We said that was the
Yeah.
one thing we liked in there was Icarus. Yeah.
And the speedster, but
And
yeah.
the speedster, yeah. But I only said that because we both agreed on that. We was like, Icarus was like
That was
the deal.
wasted, man. They
Yeah,
wasted that so
definitely
hard.
wasted. I think that whole
Shoot.
cast was wasted though.
I think
Like
so too, honestly, yeah.
that was a great cast actually.
Ooh, Shang-Chi? Is it Shang-Chi
Shang-Chi,
or
yeah.
Shang-Chi?
Shang-Chi,
Yeah.
Shang-Chi. It said either way. But yeah,
I just
I agree.
don't come at me. I said both ways, okay? I
Yeah, we
said both
said both of them.
pronunciation.
So
I don't know which one it is. I'm trying to be respectful.
Yeah,
But yeah, I think that was a perfect casting. That movie was underrated. Okay, people don't talk about that movie enough.
yeah. I think Luke
Oh,
Cage was a perfect casting.
oh yeah, heck yeah. Jessica Jones, perfect
Mm.
cast. Iron Fist, but like it sucked. So
Well, that
kinda.
goes into the category of the things that suck with good casting.
I went through
Yeah,
the roster. I was like, what can we say?
yeah. So
Yeah.
definitely.
God damn, that was a bad casting. What do you think about dang, what's his name? I was gonna say, honestly, what about Elektra? Yeah, because we've had a couple Elektras, like the original.
Come on, the one from the Ben Affleck. I actually think she was good. She wasn't perfect. She was good
Okay,
as
okay.
a Lecter. But that
Yeah,
was just that whole movie, man. Like, you know what I say though?
yeah.
As time goes on, it's not the worst movie ever. Like, it's not
No,
as
there's
bad as
plenty of
people
them.
make it seem. It's just a product of the time that it came out.
Yeah.
It honestly is,
Mhm.
and I think that's why people like, oh, it's the worst Marvel movie, one of the worst Marvel movies. Because you can argue a couple from that era. X-Men 3 wasn't that good.
Yeah. Ooh,
So
Jean
it's
Grey was a pretty good cast. She had a
yeah,
pretty good
that's
cast.
a good
Now we're
one. Like I
talking about
said,
it.
in that movie, my two
Ooh.
from that movie is Cyclops and Storm.
Okay, cool. I was
Those
about to say
two were
Cyclops.
perfect castings that were wasted. That
Wasted.
were wasted. Like they, oh my gosh, they nerfed them so bad in those in the
Yeah, they
all three of the
did.
movies. They nerfed them very bad,
They
and it was
had to.
only because Hugh Jackman did so good. It was like, oh shoot, we got to capitalize on this Wolverine thing. Yeah,
But
Wolverine should have never been like a leader on that team ever.
I
Not
think
in
he
the
yeah, I think he has been though, haven't like in like
no,
comic
he
wise, he's
has. I'm
been.
just saying, as quick as
Oh,
it
okay.
was, that
Yeah,
like he was
okay.
automatically coming in there like calling the shots. I was like, hey man, don't forget who runs shit.
Hey, he don't run anything because they didn't give him his actual powers. Cyclops didn't have his actual powers.
And they
You
nerfed.
know,
Oh man, they nerfed him, bro.
they
But
nerfed
yeah,
him so bad. What about Quicksilver from the second X-Men universe? Do you think that was a good casting, like a younger Quicksilver?
that was
Or
a good one.
actually, I take it. I add to that. What about Quicksilver from the MCU? Was that a perfect casting?
Nah, that was a good casting.
How about Scarlet Witch?
Now that might be perfect. That might be perfect. Cause that motherfucker right there. Jeez,
Yeah.
man. You, hey, all I
Ooh.
gotta say is, did you watch Marvel Zombies yet?
I have not, but it's on my list. It's on
Oh
my
man,
list. They're
it
good?
makes me even more terrified. That's
Then she
all I'm
already
gonna
is,
say.
man? Jeez,
Yes,
okay.
bro.
Jeez, what was I gonna say? There was another one I had. Oh! Which Mr. Fantastic do you think is perfectly cast? Do you think the early 2000 one was perfectly cast, or do you think I forget his name from The
Mm.
Office it was better casting? Because or
Who
Pedro Pas I'll even put
Pedro?
Pedro I'll put Pedro in there, I'll
Pedro.
put a guy from The Office, and then a dude from '03 or '05, whatever that one was.
I think the first one, the '05, '03, whatever, like you said, whenever it was.
Yeah.
I honestly think he was pretty. That's another one. Where it's like none of them was really perfect to be. They were all just
Okay.
good
They're
and
all just
solid.
good. I think
Because
perfect,
I
maybe
could think of three other people that could have played Mr. Fantastic and Pedro. So
okay. You don't think Mr. not Mr. Johnny Storm was what's the name? Johnny Storm? I forget his actor's name, but the new Johnny Storm wasn't, like, perfectly cast?
now that one was a perfect cast. Yeah, that one
And for shits and giggles, I think the Thing from 2005 was perfectly casted because he's a literal CGI creature.
weird. You talking about the one with Michael B. Jordan or
Uh,
the?
oh, shoot, that one? I was gonna say the other one, the original one too, the
Oh
2005 one.
yeah, yeah.
But yeah, yeah, the Michael B. Jordan one was a CGI abomination, but we don't talk
Oh
about
my goodness, bro.
I even
Whew.
forgot about that Mr. Fantastic. That's how bad
Yeah,
that movie is. I forgot
yeah.
there was a Mr. Fantastic in that movie.
I forgot it was
That
a
just
lot of
shows you
things in that movie.
that just shows you that literally I listed all Fantastic Four like cast and I forgot that one. That should just
Mm-hmm.
tell you how bad that movie was. there's the movie for the running of bad movies. There you go. Daredevil has been taken off
Yeah,
of
I
the
think
pedestal.
that Fantastic Four takes the crown. The fact that I saw a video and somebody said they would pick Dragon Ball Evolution over that movie, I say yeah, it is that bad because I agree with them. I could at least sit there and try to watch Evolution. I have not watched that Fantastic Four movie since I've seen it. That's how bad it is.
Look, I did not see that Fantastic Four movie. I got synopsis and I saw scenes, man. I saw enough of it. Like I saw the way Doom looked, and I was like, I'm not
Uh-uh.
wasting my time with that. By the way,
That's what it was.
that's worst cast list right there. We're challenging over the worst casted. That Doom,
Yeah,
bad.
yeah,
Also, The Rock is Black Adam because why?
yeah. Venom, Topher Grace's Venom.
Look, I
No,
don't.
I take that back.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
did.
I was
It
about to say,
wasn't Topher. I don't think I like Tom Hardy that much as Venom. Honestly, he
no,
was
Tom
okay.
Hardy. He was okay, and he was more of a buddy. It was more of a comedy, which Venom has been in the
Yeah,
timeline, but most people didn't really
Topher.
know him like that. They knew him
Yeah,
as a
I think they
Topher.
mishandled. I think they mishandled Topher as
Yeah, because I thought we did a rewatch of the Spider-Man universe to pick the best
mm,
Spider-Man men, and you can check that out in the links down below,
he
whatever,
did.
and put them down there. We talked about it, and the thing that I appreciated was his portrayal as Venom. It wasn't bad; like it was pretty good. I
Mm-mm.
actually liked it because the actual Venom like suit looked pretty good. I wasn't mad about it. Like it was
Mhm.
definitely smaller and condensed, but like
Like
Spider-Man
I
was
always
smaller and
say,
condensed. Okay.
I grew to love that movie the older I got because I
Yeah.
understood a lot of the things from that movie as a grown man. I was like, I get it. I get it, Peter. I freaking get it.
I understand it. Do you think that Christian Dunst is it
This is
Dunst?
done.
Do you
No,
think okay, I was about to ask if you think she's a good MJ? Okay.
worst MJ ever.
So in the
Love,
bad cast,
worst love interest ever in Spider Man. No.
I think Gwen Stacy played a not Gwen Stacy. Emma Stone played a perfect casted Gwen Stacy.
Yeah, and
Like
it's not the Kirsten Dunst as an actor. He
no,
played
that
the hell
script
out
was
of it. It's just that character. Oh my god. Oh,
yeah, the way she played it, it made you go,
yeah, I did not like that version of MJ. She was called. She was a lot of cause of Peter's problems. Like
she really was.
this man out here saving lives, and you mad because he ain't make your show when he was trying to get there.
Yeah, exactly. He's a superhero, so like he's doing superhero stuff. You should know that you signed up by this time. On the third movie, you've known, and I'm not gonna get into that because like I could have a whole podcast just committed to just talking about how bad that third or her script was in that movie. It was just like
Yeah,
I think they wrote in the script just cause conflict. Like this
yeah,
MJ
definitely.
causes conflict right here. That I think that's what they did for that script. But do you have any other
There's
horribly
one last
casted
question.
character? Okay.
Nah, I just got one last question. I mean, I think you kind of already said it, but just to kind of refresh the people,
Okay.
if you had to choose three perfect castings in a superhero movie, what would it be?
Three perfect castings? Like
Yeah,
you mean like this new ones?
no,
Or just
overall, overall,
oh, I'm gonna say Suicide Blade because they literally changed the comics after he played that role. So that is
yes,
definition of perfect casting.
yes, Blade for me too.
Yeah, exactly. I'm gonna have to throw J.K. Simmons in there because
Yeah,
who
he
else is gonna
came
play
back.
him?
He came back to play him again in the new one. Yeah, definitely.
Exactly. Final one. Trying to think. That's a hard one because ooh. What's the name of Hawkman? No, what's the name of Hawkman? I'll take that. The new Hawkman from the
Hmm.
Rock movie. I think that was perfectly cast, and I think he did a really
Yeah.
fucking good job with that. But also Doctor Fate from that movie, wasted opportunity,
Mm, mm.
perfect casted, wasted in that movie.
Yeah, Pierce Brosnan. Oh yeah, yeah,
Those are my strong three, technically
yeah,
four, but
yeah. I'll go Blade, Samuel
okay,
as
that's
Nick
fair.
Fury.
That's fair. Yeah.
Samuel as Nick Fury. I gotta go. I gotta go Deadpool.
Okay,
I gotta go with
that's good.
Deadpool. Ryan
Good
Reynolds
choice.
is Deadpool.
Hmm.
I definitely got to. And just to throw, since you did four, just to throw one more in there, I gotta go with the first person I said, which was Christopher Reeves as Superman, man. And I'm not
That's
even a Superman fan, but gotta
he.
throw that in there.
Here's the thing. He's such a good Superman that they resurrected him to put him in that Flash movie because
They sure did.
they knew they needed to glaze that universe. So they were like, let's bring back the OG
Brought him
AI
back to life.
generated abomination. You look at it too long, you start seeing stuff. Yeah, yeah, I agree. I don't know where I was going with that. I lost all the thought right there.
Hey man, like we always say, it's late. It gets to that time, and that's why we start to bring it in because it gets to that time. But yeah, I definitely agree. They did have to bring him back from the land of living. So yeah,
They were like, how do we make people go watch this Flash movie?
let's
Let's
put
glaze them a
Christopher
little
Reeve.
bit. Let's glaze them a little bit.
Yeah,
But with that being said, what time it is?
it's about time for ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Let's get ready for the shameless promotional.
Ooh, good stuff, good stuff.
Yeah.
If you like the video, obviously like it, share it, and hit the notification bell on the right side of the video so you get notified of our future videos. And leave us a comment. If you thought our perfect castings were great, let us know. If you thought they were bad, let us know. Tell us which people you thought, were better or perfect cast. And also let us know who you didn't like as casting. If you have a problem with the fact that I literally said the Flash movie ain't great, hit me up in the comments down below. If you think that
Cause
Heath
it,
Ledger
cause
was
it,
today, if you think Heath Ledger's Joker is like perfectly cast, down there in the comment section
let us
below. Let us
know.
know.
Cause you're not, nothing. We say there's no judgment here. We're just having a good talk, man.
Exactly. Let's keep it civil, but also hit us up on all the socials. They're listed down in the comment section down below. We have them all nicely lined up. And yeah, with that, I've been your host, Dmitri.
And I've been your host, Marcus Long, and just like the Road Dogg said back in the day in the WWF, now the WWE, if you didn't know, your ass better tell somebody. Demetrius, who are we? We are
Are
the
the Square on Table podcast, and we are out. Peace.